with the fact that my house is going to flood, and I just want to show you what I'm looking at.
You look at the waves coming in on these right now. The waves are getting bigger and bigger, and the bays are all pretty much over the seawalls, and we're experiencing that southeastern corner of the hurricane right now. This morning, all the flooding that you saw came from we hit a high tide and we had the storm surge coming in, so it pushed across the island because of that. But anyway, I'm heading back down there again. This is 3 hours later. I've been going about every 3 hours, and I'm going to go check it out. And so everybody wants to drive the freaking speed limit now, and I'm like, I don't know, I'll get them. So, no, below the speed limit. He was doing 20, and so 20 into 35. So look over here at the ocean, if you can see it. Look at all this water. This is coming from the ocean, and I don't know if you can see it from here. You're not going to be able to see it as well as you will when we get down onto Fort Myers Beach. So I'm coming from Bonita, and a lot of police presence. I'm glad they're not stopping us and keeping us from going on to the island, which they do. They've been known to do. So this right here, this is Little Carlos Pass. If you can see way off into the distance there, you can see the water, and it's got white caps, and it's got pretty good sized waves. And all of this through here, you're really not going to see much. This is a key, and there's water on both sides of it, but the water on this key, this is a pretty big round thing, and the water's pretty far away, so you won't experience that. When we go over this next bridge up here, this is New Pass, you will be able to see the ocean from there. This water right here is actually receded some since earlier, and that's because the high tide's gone. So the storm surge that's going to come in right now is going to get pushed by that back end of the storm. If you're familiar with hurricanes at all, you know what I'm talking about. It's that southeastern corner, and it typically packs a ball. It's the strongest part of the storm. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But I know it because they talk about it all the time on Weather Channel and amongst ourselves here in us all awesome. So if you look way out there, you see the white caps way out there. So that boat right there, I don't know what he's experiencing, I think, or maybe it's just moored out there. All those white caps you don't normally have. You don't have white caps ever hardly in the bay. So here is the dog park, and it's all flooded. It was flooded another 20 feet out earlier, so the impacts of this storm may be fairly maybe over. So we're going to run back down and go all the way down Estero Boulevard and see if the ocean's spilling over onto the street still, and that's it. I'm very frustrated. My internet went out, so I can't get this loaded up. I ran up to the shop to load this up, and when I got there it said 188 hours to load up. It was an hour-long video. So that video is really good, and I don't know if I'm going to get it up before this one. But that video is we're coming across Salvage Key, by the way. That video is driving through all the water at the other end of the island, all the different places, and getting up close to the water where it was coming up and over the berms and onto the street. So it's actually kind of really cool to see. Again, these bays are jack full. You don't see, now that one's over its seawall. If we come up, we're coming up on this area here. This is the where they're building a new bridge. And if you'll notice something, you don't see any of the bridge cranes standing straight up. So everybody was pretty sure that this was going to be quite the event. So all of that stuff is gone and is out of the way. They've laid them all down, and they put a lot of the things that will blow around. There were barriers all the way down through here, and they got them out of here because they knew they'd be all over the street with 35 to 75 mile per hour winds they were saying. So this is Big Carlos Pass. Big Carlos Pass is way wider than it normally is, and it's way fuller than it normally is. And you can see the cranes over here laying down, and they laid them down for this event. And if you look off into the distance, again, you see all the white caps out there, all the waves. We don't get that on this side, of the coast. So it's very unusual. Okay, we're on Fort Myers Beach again, and the wind's blowing like crazy, and we're catching that bad part of the storm, that back corner. It's called the southeast corner of the storm, and everybody, since I've been here, they talk about that being the worst part of the storm. So look at all these palm trees. You can feel the wind blowing the vehicle around. Just back 5 miles from here in Bonita area, you wouldn't even know any of this was going on. You would know because you're not right on the coast. The water here is being pushed up onto the Azera Boulevard. They got everybody to get their trailers and everything off at the beach here for this event. They didn't know what to expect. This is not a normal situation. So this is 4 times that this has happened in just 2 years. So the anniversary of Anne is Saturday, and this is Thursday. So this should be the tail end of this. The ocean is going to be very agitated now because the wind's going to be blowing it into the beach. It wasn't doing that earlier, even though the waves were fairly big. They're going to be bigger now because this is the part of the storm where everything's blowing towards the shore. So, and this is Fort Myers Beach, Florida, and this is the 4th time we've had a flood event in a relatively short period of time. So, these are the looky-loos in front of me, and make sure we're not police officer and 7-Eleven on the double ground. These guys, a lot of guys are working today. A lot of the contractors are behind, and they're trying to get caught up. They got these buildings, and they're just trying to get caught up. So all those cars that are sitting there, CBS is going to be closed. All the cars are sitting there because they're trying to get up another 2 or 3 foot in elevation in case the island just floods like 2 or 3 feet. This end of the island's got a higher elevation than the other end of the island. Talked to a builder that's been building on the island forever, and he says it's a 1 foot difference. I talked to several other people, and they said it was a 5 foot difference. So I don't know what the truth is about that, whether it's 5 foot or 1 foot. But I think it's more than a foot. So that was out here on top of these tennis courts a few hours ago. So was this one. This canal here was coming up and over and in onto this road here. So the high tide was at 8 o'clock this morning. So that's a reason why the area down by Wahoo Willie's Net flooded. So that may have receded somewhat since earlier. I've been back at the shop for a few hours loading up the other video, trying to get it loaded up. So here we go. It's pretty dry down here. Don't see much in the way of rain, recent rain. Although I think the wind dries the street pretty quickly. You know, and I got these sunglasses on, so it might be a little bit wet. So, there you go. Look at that. Look at that ocean. You see it? Can you see it? See how big them waves look? When I get down here to Newman Park, I'll pull over so you can get a good idea of what the ocean was doing. See it out there? So earlier it was pushing up onto the shore with the aid of the high tide. And now the waves are bigger, but it doesn't look like it's coming as far onto shore as it was before. So there's a very long, shallow shelf all the way along Fort Myers Beach. It's rare that you ever hear somebody drowning for a pirate beach. So there you go. There's a good open spot. And it used to be condos appeared else there. So this right here, this blue house is a newly built house. That's the one that Rick lived on the roof to make sure that he got his ability to keep his garage. Which was, I don't know what the reasoning was to that, some sort of code issue. And I'm glad that they let it do it. You see water right here. This water's coming from someplace, spilling over. There was a lot of water spilling over onto this road earlier. Again, it was because of the high tide. So the wind this morning was not very much wind. There was about 5 o'clock in the morning, there was really strong gusts. So right here, we're going to go over by the ocean. We're going to take a good look. The water was coming through here and out onto the street or on. So, and there was actually water washing up onto the shore there. So there you go. That's the ocean being angry. Pretty interesting stuff, huh? So our porta potty has been flipped over. So that takes a fair amount of wind to do that. Some of these signs have been not going correct. Not as many fences are knocked over as I thought there would be. Again, this is all water. All that water looks very threatening. Well, so you can feel the winds blowing in this way. If you look at it and when you're looking at the newscast, and you see the swirling right now is swirling into the island. So that's making for it's making for a very windy situation. Also, the water's going to be pushed back in here, but the surge is probably not going to be left near what it was at high tide. At high tide, we went into Bonita. I had something that is really far up the Imperial River, and I had water within a foot of our Airbnbs, and the water started receding back out, so I kind of lucked out on that one, or I would have been remodeling another one. So this is dry. On the way back through here earlier, there was water coming in from several different places where the water was being pushed over through between the high tide and the water just being pushed by the surge. So hopefully we're at the tail end of this thing. I think it's a little bit, it's either right even with us right now, or it's just past us, just above us, which makes that southeast border here. This was all wet. There was a lot of wet. There was a lot of puddling and stuff earlier. And we're heading down to the other end of the island and to see if the flooding is still there or if that flooding is good. So this is brought to you by Remove It Pros Demolition. We are a local demolition company. We do interior demolition, hands-on demolition. We repurpose a lot of stuff. We do rain, more clean than most demolition companies. We repurpose a lot of things. We do hands-on demolition. We do flooring. I do concrete cutting. We do building teardowns, complex teardowns. So we do jump removal, do a lot of jump, and big gigantic jumps that are too expensive to do with major light companies. And business since 2014 actually started on the port Paris Beach. And so if you need demolition stuff done, give us a try. So we have a YouTube channel called Remove It Pros Demolition, another channel called Remove It Pros Pure Entrepreneur. And we're just bringing stuff to you on a regular basis. We have I have a couple books underway to teach people how to do the green version of demolition and jump removal. We're expanding. We're going to do our best attempt at expanding Remove It Pros to all of the state of Florida. So, all that now just the north. You can see it. Look at the waves out here. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. So, seeing these big bursts of sand coming through. So if we'll roll that back up for a minute. And I'm going to run over toward the ocean again. This is right next to Margaritaville, and this gives you an example of how much just look at that. Is that freaking amazing? I could feel the Jeep pulsing. I've got the all right, so they back up and go down here and see if there's still a bunch of flooding going on. And if there is, it's gone down enough that I'm just gonna drive right through it, right down there. To see what these guys are going to do. Alright, so the flooding is still here. It's not nearly as bad as it was. It was up here a lot further. And so if you're going to drive through this stuff, stay close to the yellow line and go slow so you don't pile the water up and get it in your air intake. So these guys are doing their best to get off the island. I'm going to go on over to this other area. So this is nowhere near as flooded as it was earlier. Again, you're not that house right there. I'm going to go slow, but so this is all flooded. This is Matanzas. There's a restaurant Matanzas, and this is Matanzas Inn. And this is a little bit higher elevation here. And then, as you can see, if you look over there at the bay is all flooded. It's coming over the seawalls. So there'll be a little bit of minor flooding on Nervous Nellies. This building's up about 1.5 feet. They should be fine. They've got those protectors, and then through here, this place was built for these storms. Yeah, and so it's nowhere near as flooded as it was earlier. People are out taking walks in this stuff. I guess you get used to it after a while. So this is flooded a lot near earlier. And all right, so you can see the waves back out there breaking against the pier, what's left of the pier, and you see the waves are breaking against that. I'm gonna see if I can get this parking lot, get real close to that, so we're making a good weird video. So all of this was flooded earlier, all of it, and all of it's receded back into the canals. So right there, that was all flooded all the way through here, and everybody's got their four-wheel drive vehicles out doing their four-wheel drive vehicle kind of stuff. All right, so this right here, this is the ocean spilling over. So right here is Helene spilling over onto the road. So the winds are getting bigger and bigger, and pretty interesting stuff. You're right up against the ocean. You're normally not. Normally the water is another. There's somebody actually out in that water. You see them? These guys are trying to boogie board in the water, which they got life preserving on. I guess they'll be all right. But what's scary to me? Interesting to see. You're seeing the water break up against that, up against the pier. And they're seeing the water come across. Move out a little bit. Just move up. Let's go over here and get a better view of this. Really makes for a nice image, seeing the water crash up against those pilings. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Look at the power of that water. That is just simply amazing. Awesome. Of course, this guy wouldn't pull on through right yet. Interesting stuff.
So at any rate, I just saw one of my neighbors, and him and I both went through having our houses flooded. And I have to tell you, I've been very, very confident that this wasn't gonna get to the next level. And I'll have to tell you right now, I'm nervous. We've got low tide, and we've got significant water behind our houses. It's above the docks. So I'm running down the street here to see if this is pouring over onto the onto Estero Boulevard again. And this time I got my truck. So I'm curious because if that water level is where it's at behind my house, then downtown is flooded pretty significantly. But anyway, I'm going to come down here and see how much of the ocean is spilling over onto Estero Boulevard. So if you look out there, if you look at the ocean is rocking, and there's a lot of wind going on, and there's a lot of activity going on. There you go. Look at that. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. This is, yeah, we might have another flood event. This might be, it's just hard to imagine that a storm that far away would be pushing like it is. I mean, look at this. That is ocean water going through a parking lot of a beach condo project that hasn't even been completed from Hurricane Ian. And here we go. Look at the wind. So this right here that's water from the ocean on Estero Boulevard in the higher end part of this is the south end of the island, so the other end of the island is going to be flooded really significantly. So for those of you that are concerned about me going through this water, these houses are not, none of this water is anywhere close to a house, just so you know. I'm not being a pain in the butt. And for those of you that are worried about my truck rusting, well, I don't know, maybe it will. I'm not worried about it. It's an aluminum truck, by the way. The frame is not aluminum, of course. So what I did with the Jeep earlier is I went up into Bonita, my internet's out, and I did some stuff up there. So look at this. Look at this. This is significant, although I don't think it's getting into any of the buildings. So look at that. Look at that. We have a river of the ocean coming down onto Estero Boulevard. So this is not what we wanted to see. We were thinking that this was going to be the end of it, you know. And there's my other neighbor, and he got flooded out. They're building his house. I may end up having to lift my house. I don't know. I can't go through this every time. So you look back in here. This is water coming from, where is this coming from? So same thing. This is not open yet. So we're not even 2 years. 2 years will be Saturday. We're not even 2 years past Hurricane Ian, and we're having another water event. And this would be the third water event plus Ian. So look at all this water on our streets, and this is ocean water. And that car right there is about ready to get flooded, or going into too deep of water for their car. By the way, if you're going through water, if you need to go through water, don't go through the water really fast. You need to go through it really slow and try not to get it to build up. And try not to get it to build up and go into your air intake. So look at this. Look at this. This is unreal. Not what I wanted to see. So I don't know what all the firemen are doing walking around in this. It's a blustery day, you know. Winnie the Pooh would be thrilled to death. He would say, "This is a blustery day, Piglet." Here we are, more. And this is where I was talking about earlier, where it's a football field from the ocean over to here. So here we are. This is, you know, this is a foot of water on the street, or 6 or 8 inches of water on the street that is being pushed over here by the ocean. Here you go. Earlier today we looked at this and the canal had gone down, and here it is. It's back up, and that's back up enough that it's probably in these houses. So look at that down there. Yeah. Oh, what a terrible day for Fort Myers Beach. This is too much, man. Look at that canal there. That canal is all the way flooded. Look at this street. The street's all the way flooded. So these guys are trying to stay in the middle of the road to keep from getting too deep. And here you go. This is flooding pretty bad here too. So the water's coming in. This is coming in all over the. This is coming in over what was the outrigger, and just look at this. Look at how fast this water's coming. It's just flowing over here like it's nothing. Unbelievable. So I'm not sure how much water we're going to end up getting, but this is not looking good. So Fort Myers Beach flooding again, flooding significantly. Yeah, this is something. This is too much. Unreal. So Fort Myers Beach getting flooded by the ocean, by the back end of this hurricane. And it's just mind-blowing. Man, I hope it doesn't get in my house. Look at this flowing through here. Look at that flowing into, that's the ocean flowing into the bay. This is unbelievable. Sidewalk. So here it is. The ocean is just pushing over onto Estero Boulevard, and we got this all the way through till I think they said 11 o'clock or 3:30 in the morning. So look at at it, it's flowing right through the island. Unfreaking believable. Might be time to move. Unfreaking believable. Water is coming in and going straight across the island right into the bay. Go figure. This is unbelievable. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn around and go back the other way. This is too much. All right, so Fort Myers Beach is straight flooding. The storm surge is taking over the whole island. So we have this is a major situation here. We are experiencing massive flooding coming through our island again, and I don't know what to say, man. This is just too much. Super sad. I'm worried. I think my house is probably going to end up getting flooded again. If not, it's going to be awful close. So look at this. We got a rip current going on right in the middle of the road. So I'm going to stay in the middle of the road here, try to keep some elevation. Maybe I'll just drive on the sidewalk. I'll drive on the sidewalks when I can. Keep my truck up higher. Just look at that. Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. It's getting more and more. We need to hurry up. Hey, this is a no-wake zone. What the hell? that, or you guys just playing? All right.
Might as well throw that thing out on Monday.
What's that again?
I said you might as well throw that truck out on Monday.
What truck? I don't get what you said.
Driving out through that by Saltwater, you might as well throw that thing in the garbage.
Oh, it's okay. It's not my truck. So this is, I was just being funny, it is my truck. And this is a lot of salt water, and this is mind-blowing. Now, the depth of the water here, it's not much higher than the sidewalk. The sidewalk is, okay, so coming up on this is higher than it's flowing over. So, you know, I need to get my ass out of here. So I need to get back to my house before I get into too much trouble. So. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I just want to know how you're doing.
Well, I'm not having fun with the fact that Fort Myers Beach is flooding like I'm in like 2 foot of water right now getting back to my house.
Really? Wow.
The whole beach, the whole thing is flooded. I'm almost out of this, but I got halfway down the island and the ocean is just coming straight across the whole island.
Oh my God.
So I saw it building behind my house and I was just curious what was going on. So yeah, we might get water again, Helene. This is gonna be no fun. No.
So it's not to your house yet?
No, I got 2. Well, when I left, I had 2 more feet before it gets to my house. This really isn't. It's just it's flowing over it's flowing over the island to the bay.
Yeah.
But it's.
Well, that's what it did last time, isn't it?
No, last time it was 10 foot of water.
I know, but I thought it came from the ocean side.
Well, I'm sure it did. So at any rate, I'm out of harm's way, but this is I don't know. I'm gonna stop these people and let them know what they're getting into, so they don't get stuck. Because if I'd have kept going, I was going to get stuck.
Are you going to stay there tonight?
I don't think I got that. I don't think I have that risk.
Okay. Well, I was going to say you got 100 other places you can go.
I don't think I'd do it. It's getting deep. The ocean's coming right across. You're high enough, but
about what, 2-3 feet?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. They definitely don't. They're gonna ruin their car. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
You can't go that way. It's 2 foot of water. Okay. You guys do whatever you want. Okay. That truck can make it. He's uplifted pretty high, but oh my gosh. Oh, it's just what I want to deal with. Well,
sure.
We're gonna get busier again.
Yeah, you will. You will.
Oh gosh.
Well, I was gonna say, if you don't want to stay home, you're more than welcome to come over here.
Well, I appreciate that. You know what happened when Logan knew about this storm? You know what he said? He called me up. He said, "Which one do you want to stay in?" And he blocked off one of the Airbnbs for me.
Well, that's what I was.
That was a week ago. Huh?
He's probably got 10 different places or more that he wants to go, or he could go. But I just want to let you know that you're more than welcome to come here.
Well, Helene, that means a lot to me. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. We're just watching all this wind. If that wind would quit,
it's not gonna quit.
So is it high tide now, or do you know?
Nope, slow tide.
Slow tide.
Yep.
When's the high tide supposed to come?
11 to 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, you better not stay there, Dave.
Well, I'm gonna go put my electronics up where they don't get ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll make up my mind.
Okay. Well,
Thank
don't
you.
take any risk, you know? I'd hate to see you have to go out to your boat and spend the time and spend the night in the boat.
Well, that would be kind of fun to be the first time.
Yeah, at least you had somebody to get out of the rain.
All right.
All right. Well, you call if you need anything.
I will. Thank you.
I mean, okay. All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Look up there.
It's 2 to 3 foot.
Is it really?
It's coming right over the hole.
It totally is.
I got to the point where I turned around because
Yeah.
I thought it was going to get in my air intake.
Yeah. I think we're going to turn it around. Crazy. And it's still got a ways to go. Right? We got till midnight. We're going to get a cocktail.
Okay. I don't think so, but what's going on right now is it's pushing where the low spots are. It's just pushing right across over into the bay.
Yeah.
And it's not any deeper than the what do you call it? The curves.
Yeah.
But there's certain points down there where the road goes down a little bit, and it's deep, and it's flowing. It's flowing like a river. Yeah, I got video of it. I'll show it to you.
Yeah. You always do a good job with the video, so yeah, we'll check it out. All right, we'll see you, Dave. You need something, let us know.
I will same to you.
What's going on?
Well, the storm surge is coming right over the island, so it's not to my house yet, but it's in the middle of the island. I couldn't get all the way down to the Strand View. The water was too deep for my truck.
He's saying he couldn't get. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get really busy. The ocean is literally, it is coming right over the island right now. It's just coming right over.
They say that the worst storm surge is supposed to be tonight.
I know. So it's within 2 foot of my house, and I saw it coming up pretty quick, and that's why I went and took a drive.
So you want to move cars? You need to come pick me up if we're going to do that.
I
guess I could talk Taylor around me up there.
Well, I find it hard to believe that it's going to get that much. I don't think it's going to get that much. I'm not worried about that. I am worried about it getting in the house, though.
I mean, there's really nothing to do about it right now.
Nope, there's really not. And I mean, I got the hurricane windows and stuff, and it should. I got the flood vents though. It just is what it is. I'm gonna make sure my electronics are up so that I don't ruin all my computer equipment. But
yeah, is it up to the pool yet?
No, it's not. It's about 2 foot before it's going to be in the house. 2 foot vertically.
2 foot vertically it needs to come.
Yeah. So it's
is that the dock level now, or
20 something feet from the house. I'm going back there right now. I mean, literally there is. I'm 1 mile from my house. I'm going through a foot of water on Estero Boulevard. The hole underneath of these places that they're rebuilding are completely full of water.
Well, good thing we took the machines up down.
Good job, guys. Good job.
I can't take credit for that. It's all Taylor in there. So
that was a smart move. Remember the last time I wanted to protect the damn debris from flying around? I don't know what the fuck I was. Excuse me. I don't know what I was thinking. So
yeah, we would have saved on dumping fees.
Well, every one of these storms is different, and I don't know, man. Maybe I'm gonna have to lift this freaking house.
Well, Purple House is still blocked off if you need to go there.
Which one? The purple one?
Yeah.
Isn't that the one that Taylor's moving into?
Yeah, but it ain't there yet if you need to stay there for the night or something. Or
Yeah, I mean, second course if you get flooded. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, what?
do you think there's going to be debris all over the road?
Yeah.
Like extra guys we have tomorrow?
No. Well, if you want to do a volunteer thing, we'll come down and help people. Just come down with shovels and dump trailers and just cleaning the streets off so that people can get back to it. And then they'll be walking up and asking us if we'll come help them, you know?
For a fee.
Well, I mean, obviously, they're all going to get insurance claims again. So, where I'm at, I got another 4 feet before it's in my house. So, I'm not worried about it.
All right, well, hopefully we can call us tomorrow.
All right, well, God, I cannot believe this again. All right, well,
You need help, give us a call.
it's going to be an interesting night.
Always is.
All right, bye.
I'm gonna set the door code to Purple House.
Okay, thanks.
All right, bye.
All right, I'm back at my house, deeply concerned. When I saw the water coming back up before, I was getting concerned. So now that the water is coming back up, I'm worried about it getting in my house. And where we go. I've never seen the ramp like that before on my dock, and we're talking. Let's see, walking out here. There's the water. Here's my the side of my house. So you're talking about 3 more foot of water. 3 more foot of water before I'll have water in my house. So I think I'm going to be fine. But this is unfreaking believable. And hell, my boat, another 3 feet, my boat's going to be floating. And that thing ain't tied off, so I'm going to have to go change him and walk in there and tie that thing off. All right, so Remove It Pros Demolition, storm chasing, go figure. And these videos are not going to get put up because my internet's down till later on, but unbelievable. So here's what you know about a hurricane. That hurricane is 100 miles from us, or came by us 100 miles from us, or 150 miles away. Look at this. This isn't high tide. My house is, it's not quite to the pool yet, but you're talking about another foot and it's going to be in my house. So, all right, I'm going to take a drive down the street and see what's going on. I really thought we were going to get away with this one. And, you know, Mother Nature's powerful. So I really thought we were going to get away with it until I looked out the front of the house. Where do you see the front of the house? So in the front of my house, look at what I have. Water's creeping in over here too. So, you know, and honestly, I think I'm just going to stay put. I was going to go for a drive. The water coming up out of the sewers, and put my phone away, putting my the wind's blowing pretty freaking hard. It's ripped off the tarp off of my boat, and let's go over here and look. So that tells you the problems I got. That's coming up and around his seawall. It's coming up my seawall. I've got maybe a foot left, and it's going to be in my house. So, well, that's Hurricane Helene, a hurricane that was pretty freaking far away from us, and look at us now. So, high tide is not here. High tide is not for another, what time is it now? High tide's not for another 3 hours. Yes, sir. Yeah, we're gonna get flooded. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's on both sides of the house now, and it's on the other side of the house. It's coming up towards the front. So, oh well. I went ahead and I raised up a bunch of electrical stuff. So let me finish doing that, and then I can go across the street and hang out with Jerry. He said. So the power's still on. So. All right, thanks, man. Bye. Well, I've come to terms with the fact that my house is going to flood, and I just want to show you what I'm looking at. So this is the back of the house. Okay, so here you go. I've come to terms that, you know, we're not in high tide yet. We got like another 5 hours for high tide. High tide's going to be another foot or foot and a half. So right here, another foot puts water in my house. So my house had 6 foot of water in Ian. So I'm here as I'm here right now looking at, this is something that's never happened. If you look over there right along the edge, talk to my neighbor who lived here since 1974, and other than Ian, no water's ever been above the pool, according to him. So I've got water coming in that way. It's starting to get to the pool deck. The pool deck is, it slopes back about 6 inches, so probably got 6-7 inches, and then there's about a 4-inch step here, and these are hurricane windows. They don't seal up perfectly though, so then, all right, I've run around the house and I took a bunch of things and got the electric. I'm thinking if I get water, I'm hoping it won't be much. So this house is just rehabbed after Hurricane Ian. So you'll see I put all that stuff up on the tables. I've unplugged everything that's electronic, got it up high enough. So I always thought that if the house flooded, it would be coming from the back. Well, look at this. So it's all the way around the house. So over there's Big Carlos Pass, and this is all water, and the water is coming around here. It's kind of wrong about this whole thing, but these trucks, you know, I've been running around the water on them all day. You see how the water's all the way around my house. So if the wind stops, we'll be fine. What's going on right now is the dirty side of this hurricane is pushing the water over. It's pushing the water out of the where it normally is, and then you got, and this wind is doing that, and then you have a high tide event coming on at the same time. So the toilets have been gurgling. I went in, took used the bathroom, and flushed the toilet. Well, there ain't no flushing the toilet. The sewers are full. So this very nice house is gonna get flooded. And then when you have a house like this on the beach, so close to the coast, they make you put in these vents. And these vents are called You see them right there? Way down there. Okay, that's to relieve the pressure so the house doesn't get pushed over. So that will allow the water to come in. And then on this side of the house, it can come in, and I still got 4 inches before it gets into the house. So we may get down to inches, I don't know. But with the hurricane, dirty side of the hurricane, which is the southeast part of the hurricane beating down on us, we're probably talking about probably a foot and a half of water. So it's got another 6 or 8 inches to come in on this side, another foot or so on that side. So we'll see what happens. And then fortunately I own a construction company, demo company. Will come in here and we'll blow through this really quick and take a foot off and put it back together, and bada bing bada boom. Sure makes you question living this close to the coast, but I love it. I just do. I really love it. So we'll see. There's reports all over. I've had 20 phone calls. Everybody worried about me, and I'm definitely not going back out in this. I went out for a little while and I saw the water rushing over the lots and onto Estero Boulevard, and there were spaces where there was 2 and 3 foot of water. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go and lay on that bed and go to sleep until I hear water in the house, and then I'm going to get up and I guess I'll do what I do. And the tide peak is supposed to be in about 2 more hours. It's about 11:30. It's 10:30 now. It's supposed to be 124 is supposed to be the peak. The peak of the tide is only another 6 or 8 inches. So that's about how much distance it was going to take to be in the house. So I look out here and looked to me like the water was receding. And you see all that debris down there? The water was up here, all the way up here, and it's moved back that much distance. So we may call this the closest call ever. So let me show you what I did. I went through, put all the electrical stuff up. I didn't think that we'd get more than a foot of water in here. Everything that's electrical, I unplugged or got it up in the air. I put these chairs up on the table. Put all that stuff up, and then went into Angie's bedroom, put that piece of art that she loves, and I went in here and I disconnected my electric bikes and got the electric stuff put up with that, and then I went into Angie's closet and I went through and put all the stuff up on the countertops. So at any rate, and you hear me joking around in my videos about the toilet paper, right? Well, toilets have been gurgling, so I haven't been able to flush them. I don't want them to gush out on the floor. Put all this stuff up. Put all this stuff up in here. If you look out by the pool, the water was creeping up, and it was getting real close to where it was going to pour into the pool. And now it seems like it's going the other direction. So this may be the story that I tell, that we got so incredibly close to getting flooded. I hope that's the story I tell tomorrow. Now, Logan and Talon called me, one of our Airbnb situations. I got one that's got water up to the door, got another one that's got water almost to the door there, and I got one that's got water, it's halfway up the door. So I definitely got some flooded pieces, but look at how close the water was to my house, and it's starting to go back down. I don't know if it's really starting to go back down or not. I don't know if it's going to come back, but this is what it looks like. If you look around, you see around there, the water is all the way around the house, all the way down the street. Big Carlos Pass is over there, and I don't know. You know, I started praying. I had a lot of my friends call me. I asked them to pray. They prayed. So I don't know. We'll see. By tomorrow morning, we'll find out. So never thought I'd ever see this in my front yard. And I always thought that if we flooded, it was going to come from the canal behind us, not over here. So this was almost coming into the house. It was almost coming up into the garage. So, at any rate, this is Hurricane Helene. It's 200 miles away from us right now, and it's given us the business through the dirty side of the hurricane, which is that southeast side. The wind is blowing the water in towards the beach, and it was literally coming over the lots down there. And I got videos of this. I had no idea that this was going to get this bad. Unbelievable. I saw people cleaning up and getting ready for this, and with everything that I listen to and living here for as long as I have, I just didn't think, I was like, this is like a non-event. You know, the other end of the island's going to flood a little bit, and it'll be kind of like Debbie, and bada bing, bada boom. Oh, no can do. This whole island is freaking flooded. All of it. So look at that swing right there. That swing is 12 feet from the seawall and elevated 2 or 3 feet off the ground. So that's how much water is out here. My boat's tied off. My that cover right there, that's a $4,000 cover. I spent an hour out there. I was holding on to it. I wrapped it around a pole and let the wind finish ripping it off. Amazingly powerful. None of those tabs came off, so I'll just get up there, put that right back on. So I lucked out on that. But look at all the crap in the water. This is people's mulch and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see. Remove It Pro's Demolition. This is us just covering what's going on in Fort Myers Beach, and our demolition business. It's going to be busy. We kind of slowed down a little bit, but we're going to get super busy again. So tomorrow I think we're just going to go out and just help whoever we can with emergencies. So it's I don't know. Hopefully we're going to luck out on this one, and it's not going to come back the other way in the next hour. And then hopefully this windstorm moves on by the next high tide, which is 12 hours from now. So see you later. Pray for me, please. Well, by the grace of God, this was a very near miss for me. So look at this. So the water was actually all the way up here, and it was lapping up against my that step, that little 6-inch step to go inside the house. All that is people's mulch from all the different houses. This is all mulch from all the houses. And look at this. The water was getting right to the point where it was going to start getting into the pool. And look at it now. It's going down. It's down about 4 or 5 inches. If you can see out there, the boat's floating. I had to tie it in there so that it wouldn't leave the. Look at that. I've never seen that before. So the jet ski ramp, the last time when Hurricane Ian came by, my wave runner, this whole setup ended up on top of my neighbor's, on top of their lift. So you can see that thing was covered up, the fish cutting station. And you can go around here and you can see my house is completely surrounded by water. So the water out front, so it's down quite a bit. So the water out front, if you look over here in this lot next door, the lot is completely covered by water. And they have a new seawall that's 2 feet taller than mine. You can't see it, but it's 2 feet taller than mine, and it is, the water was coming over the top of it. So I'm going to claim this one right now. It could, this is not over yet. You can hear the wind, 35-mile-per-hour gusts. You can hear the wind, and what a near miss. What a near miss. And I'll tell you what, I was pretty sure we were going to be cleaning up a mess. I went through this whole house and put everything up to try to make sure that we, had a minimal amount of work to do. So I'm turning lights off, and just for fun, I always joke around about the toilet paper, right? If you've been watching the channel for any length of time, you notice that I joke about the toilet paper all the time. Well, I just thought I'd show you my toilet paper collection. So I couldn't take a chance of it getting wet, so it was all down inside of this vanity. But this is whenever I see toilet paper, I pick it up and bring it back. I don't know why. It's just my little fun thing to do. So if you go into every one of these rooms, when Angie gets back, she's going to kill me. I took anything that had value, anything that would get wet, couldn't get wet, and I put it all up on top of something. Redid the whole living room, put the subwoofer up, the whole 9 yards. So let's go out front and take a look at this. So it's been it seemed like to me for about an hour, it was going up, and then for an hour, it just kind of stayed put. So you see how close? Can you see all that debris? Can you see the debris field? Can you see how close the water was to get into the house? So that's how close it was. So it was actually lapping up against the house. If you look all the way around the whole house here, completely surrounded by water. So this is kind of cool. Got a coconut with a coconut tree growing out of it. We'll keep that. Angie will think that's cool. We'll call that our lucky coconut. Okay, now, do you see how close it was out here? It didn't get in the garage, but it got that close. I was watching the garage. I kept opening the door and looking to see when it was going to start coming over under the garage door. And then all of this was covered. So all these coconuts from next door, they're all over here now. So when it gets light, I'm going to go ahead and run, and I'm going to do the whole pitch again. And these videos are going to come out. I don't have internet. I bought something so that I'll never not have internet again. I bought a Starlink, so at any rate, this is man, you don't get much closer than that. So I feel blessed by the best. This has been a fascinating day. So this is Hurricane Helene, who came through Fort Myers Beach last night. We're going to run down Fort Myers Beach and see what's left or what kind of a mess it made. This whole island was flooded. My house got almost flooded, and we're up really early. It's 5:30. Let's run down and see what there is to be seen. So all of this was flooded yesterday. There was water coming in across these lots. And this is the part of the island that's got the higher elevation. So I was here and I was worried. It's still windy as all get out. Like 30, 35 mile per hour winds. I started down here. I got about halfway. See, that turn doesn't know what to do. They're freaked out. They're getting battered for the last 2 days with this hurricane. So just a little bit of a mess on the street. I started down this way. I got about halfway down the island, and there was so much water coming across the island that I was afraid that I was going to get, I was going to become a statistic. I was going to become one of them guys that got washed away and into the canal or drowned or whatever. So I turned around on that one. But I was in, for most of the island, I was in, kicking on my fog lights on this Jeep. So it's still hitting us. You know, this hurricane is very far away and it's still hitting us. So here's somebody that was in the water that probably got swamped. Yeah, they ran over something. Okay, there's debris on the road here. Here comes an ambulance. So I don't know if they're gonna yell at me or whatever. Yeah, I hear the fire alarms going off. So many of these buildings have not been occupied since Hurricane Ian. They're being rebuilt, and they are. And here we are getting hit again, really bad. Now we didn't get the amount of water that we got in Ian, but we got a lot. So what I'm doing right now, I thought these guys were crazy. They got all these $1 million boats off of the island, which was a smart move, I guess. I don't know that the water got up high enough for that. Fort Myers Beach put out a statement and said to get your trailers and stuff like that off the island, and we took the time to get our equipment off the island, and the other island right behind here, San Carlos. We were tearing down a building that was in a low-lying area. So I don't know. I don't see a lot of damage here. All these parking lots were full. They're probably still a lot of them full. They have no place to drain. So I'm humbled. I thought that because I've been here a long time and I've got, about 15 storms under my belt, I kind of thought I had a good idea what was going to go on. And if you think about that, think about how absurd that is. Because every one of these things is completely different. They have different things going on. So here's somebody's car's broke down. I told that lady not to come down here. I told her not to do that. That's the one I talked to yesterday. She didn't listen to me. So kind of funny, not funny. There's nothing funny about this at all, because I'm traumatized. I'm sure everybody else is. I sat there and watched that water get within. It was creeping up. I sat there for a couple hours. I was in the water for an hour, getting my tarp off, getting my boat tarp off, and look at all the debris on the water on the street.
New text message from Talon Gordon.
So look at all of it. Look at that. Oh, let's go back and look at that again. So this is one of those spots that I was telling you about that I was scared to death. I was going to get washed away. There was a river going across this road. Look at that. That's all sand from the beach. So look at this. It's like we're going four-wheeling. So look at all this debris on the street. So this is all the result of the storm surge from the dirty part of the storm, or the southeastern part of the storm, pushing the water. Look at this. This is another one. Wow. You know, look at all the debris laying around now. So back to the same thing. It just, these storms are so unpredictable. So my house, I am so thankful. I did not want to go through that again. I'm going, no. So look at that porta potty, and look at all this crap on here. And this part of the island's got some elevation to it. So this is. So at any rate, this is Remove It Pro's Demolition. We are a demolition company here in Southwest Florida. We look at all this sand washed over onto the road. I guess I'm gonna tell Talon to bring the Bobcats down here and we'll help out. So so anyway, he just texted me. Let me give him a call. It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess. I'll tell you what would be, I think it would be really good for us to come down here, bring that Takahouchi down here, put a regular bucket on it, and let's help them get this shit off the street.
Okay. I don't care.
All right. And then just wait we're going to have a certain amount of time it's going to take for the contractors to get a hold of us, right?
I mean, I don't have the phone, so I couldn't tell you.
All right. I don't know. When Logan's moving around, let's have a conversation. So I'm actually driving around filming right now. There's a lot of sand on the water, on the road, and it would help them out to have that out of the way. Of course, they got these. I don't know. It'll be us doing something good, and then we can get to work. You know, it takes a day or two for these guys to figure out what to do. But there's washouts. There was like rivers going across this whole island. I mean, people's sod has been pulled off of their lots. It looks like a hurricane came through.
Well, we gotta get some crews over to Big Bend too. So
yeah.
That was gonna be my next question. Do we want to go buy fans and try and dry it out, or are you just gonna strip everything?
Yeah, we'll probably just strip like 2 feet down and probably get some fans on, get them to wash the cabinets with like soapy water, and then dry them out, and then we'll see if they come apart or not. I purposely used all wood ones on those, so that if this happened, we could just dry them out. And then we won't mess with the showers, and we'll just do all the easy walls that we can get to, and we'll take them out and just put them right back in. And all the furniture, let's just set it outside in the sun, let it dry, and we'll soapy water that too. And then we'll just see.
It was below the outlets whenever we were there, so.
Well, then that's good. Then it's not going to be much to do, but that it'll mold up. This is a mess, Talon. There's crap all over the street the whole way, so that means every one of these side streets is a mess. Yeah, this is a mess. And then I have stuff that needs to be cleaned up at my house, but it's not critical. Dude, I got so lucky. It got right within like 4 inches of coming in my house. And then turned around and retreated. You ain't kidding. I did not want to go through this again. You should see the piles, the large piles of sand on Estero Boulevard.
Well, Taguchi's up in Fort Myers on a job site, so if you want to go get it, I mean, we can get it and bring it down there.
Talk to Logan, see what his temperature is on that. See if he wants to. I think it would be a lot of goodwill for us to come down and help for at least a couple days. It's going to take a minute. Normally it takes a minute for everybody to figure out what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
This is unbelievable. The amount of sand is unbelievable. I can't believe how much sand is piled up. I'm actually driving over it with the Jeep. It's kind of fun.
With the Jeep?
Yeah. There's nobody out yet.
Back down at the Airbnb.
What's that again?
So the water's back there. The lights are still on over at Stingray.
Are they?
The lights inside are still on.
So how much water did we have on that one?
When we left at like 10:30 or something, there was he was like 4 inches below the outlet. No, it looks like it's like 2 inches
below the outlet. So it's not terrible. The furniture could probably, all of it could be salvaged. The box springs probably can't. So you probably should get all that stuff and just have them move it all over into the garage at Big Bend, the one side of the garage, just for storage until we have time. I have a whole bunch of furniture at 3620 that we can switch this all out with.
Okay.
So, oh man, this is unbelievable. I'm driving over gigantic mounds of sand. I can't believe nobody's out. Everybody's exhausted from yesterday. All right, brother. Once Logan's moving around, let's have a powwow.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
Yep.
Look at the mess. Oh my gosh. So this is the lower part of the island. Probably, possibly is still flooded. I don't know. I have no idea whether it's flooded or not. So what a mess. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. tires are big on this Jeep, and it throws water up on the windshield. That's what you're seeing those dots from. So again, it's Remove It Pros Demolition. We do demolition here in Southwest Florida. This hurricane didn't even get close to us, and look what it did. Look at the mess it made. So I think most of the mess is coming from things being pushed from the beach over here. A lot of this is construction debris stuff that was underneath these buildings. Again, Hurricane Ian creamed us, and it's just another nail in the coffin. I don't know what to think about this. I wonder what this is going to do to property values and stuff. I'm very concerned about it. We had a dumpster that was sitting there for like almost a year and a half. We moved it. So a porta potty on its side, a lot of debris in the road. So I think we're going to get out here and just start helping clean up the street for now. Down here, he's pretty quick. What a mess. Yeah, look at this here. Yeah, they actually got that trailer off of there, or the storm pushed it. Let's turn around and look at that. Let's see if the storm did that or not. Pushed it. If it's flipped over or something. No, it looks like they came in and got it. So this is probably a police officer here. Another porta potty on his side. That's just somebody. So this is the area that's been flooding every time, the last few times we've had these events. So let's see what happened here. So look at the sand. A lot of sand here. Kind of a mess. Somebody ran over. Looks like somebody ran over the sign. So look at the mess down through here. Wow. Can't imagine what's going on inside of some of these houses. There's a garbage can. So there is some residual water down here in the downtown area. This canal over here is really low and seems to allow the water to escape. So all of this down here has still got some flooding. This is the lowest part of the island. Actually, I think the other whole from here all the way to Bowditch is pretty low. So look at my tires throwing stuff up on the windshield. So let's run over here and take a look at the oh my gosh, look at that dumpster. Oh boy. Yeah, they need a piece of equipment to get that back in. Okay, so this is Matanzas, the restaurant Matanzas. And going down through this downtown area. I need to shut these windows because I'm going to get soaked if I don't. So they definitely had a flood event here. So there's people out getting clean, starting to get cleaned up. There'll be people out everywhere here shortly. So this is the flooding's done on this area. Wow, wow, wow. A couple cars broke down right here. They got flooded out. I saw them yesterday, and you see how high up the water was on them, all the way up on their doors. This is the island exit here. Yeah, I'm gonna go down this way and go around. So I'm gonna go take a look. I heard there was like a rogue wave that hit the Margaritaville. So I'm gonna run up here and look at this. So let's see what the beach looks like and see if it ate away our beach. Oh, look at that. There's a buoy right there. Look at this. Yeah, that seawall was not as exposed as it is here. Doesn't look at all the sand that's built up. Look at that. That's like 2 or 3 foot of sand all the way across the front of the Margaritaville here. Be very careful not to back into anything here. These cameras are so nice. So this right here, if you see this blue thing, what this is that is the little tarps that they put down over the sand so people can get to down there with wheelchairs and stuff like that. It keeps the sand in place. So look at this, all this sand. This is the downtown area. There's a car behind me. Hopefully that's not a police officer who's going to give me crap. So here we are. This is a mess. So my editor is meeting me at the shop. He's going to go ahead and get all this stuff loaded up for me. And I'm heading down. This is Bowditch area. Let's go take a look at the other end of the island. So this is, I'm gonna turn my lights off. See if you can see better now. So this is a mess all the way down through here. So the water was running across the whole island again, running from the ocean to the bay. Look at the amount of sand on the roads. Unbelievable. So we're heading from San Carlos down towards Bowditch, and look at this. Look at the size of these mounds of sand. Got some standing water here. More sand. All this sand, we need to just put the sand right back on the beach. Hopefully there's not something that prevents us from doing that, because this is all that sand that we're missing. So here's one of those situations where they told us to get the Connex boxes off the island and get all these things off the island. So this guy did not do that, and this thing was floating around. Hopefully it didn't hit these guys' houses over here. You see they got some building material out there, so that guy right there, egg on his face. So these storms, man, they're nothing to mess with. So a lot of this here, the buildings are still not occupied. The pink shell is, they got right back up and open right away. The Best Western is almost open. Hopefully this didn't set them back any. So you see all this debris right here. Somebody's personal stuff is all out here on the street. Porta potty. So if you look at all the houses down here, the majority of them, when I was down here earlier this morning, they're elevated, so their garages get wet, and it's not very harmful. So there's somebody that had they got water up into their engine, probably. Hopefully it didn't lock their engine up. Notice something, we didn't see a lot of trees down. Not a lot of trees. So the wind was not significant on this. Although it ripped my tarp off of my thing. It's supposed to take 70 mile per hour winds to do that. Alright, so we've done the whole length of the island. And I keep getting mud up on my windshield. So we got a mess. Well, all them trees are messed up. I got mud all over this thing. Angie's gonna kill me. So I got Hudson on his way down here. He's going to drone the mess. And I got Kenny meeting me at Remove It Pros. So hopefully they're going to let me come back on the island. If not, I'll have Logan bring me over on the boat. Again, we're heading back. So here we go. So I'm at Bowditch, and I'm going to drive all the way back the island. The island is, I just don't know the extent of the damage. I didn't have internet. I didn't have any way I just didn't follow it. I was busy with my own mess at my house. So thank God, got within inches of coming in my house, and it didn't. So we're starting from Bowditch, and we're gonna head back to the south end of the island, and then I'm gonna drive all the way to Bonita, and hopefully they'll let me come back on the island here in a little bit. So here we go. Gotta be careful, got so much mud on my windshield. Definitely gonna take this and give it a bath and get the undercarriage sprayed off from all this salt. You know, it's funny, people are giving me crap about driving these things around in this salt water, and I'm like, okay, I hear you, but what's the difference between you guys having salt on the road up there during winter time? You know, these things are all sealed up. I've done this for about 100 times. I've never really had a problem. So I hear what you're saying, but I don't buy off on it. So, you know, and then this one yesterday, I was over in Bonita, I ran it through some big gigantic puddles. That were clear water, you know, just to rinse the undercarriage. I'm trying to preserve my windshield wiper fluid. Part of this with the lights down like that, I think it might be too hard to see. So this is Estero Boulevard, Fort Myers Beach, Florida. Day after Helene came through, we got the dirty part of the storm that just hammered us. My house almost flooded within literally inches. I came down here yesterday afternoon, and I was going to drive all the way down and film it all the way down, and I chickened out because I got halfway here and the water current from the ocean pushing the water through was too strong, and I was afraid it was either going to turn the car over or swamp it. It, you know, was getting to the point where it could get into the intake at the engine. So here we are, and this is right across the street. I mean, this literally is about I don't know, 2 foot of sand, and then it's got some water trapped here. There's quite a few of these when you're going down through here. So look at that. Oh my gosh. Kind of fun having a Jeep. Hey, good thing this thing's still under warranty, huh? I don't know. It's funny. Look at the amount of sand. That is mind-boggling. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe and leave us a like. I will see you on the next video.